Good morning and happy Friday to all of our Cooking the Books users and potential users out there. Today we are going to go through our new supplier price update. This has come around as a result of a lot of you saying that you don't need to properly tender. You just want to update the pricing on the suppliers that you've already agreed to. So we wanted to make that a lot easier for you to do. So as always, we're just going to log into our database here to get to our new supplier price update. Computer's got a bit of Friday-itis there, took a while to log in. So we want to head over to the stock section. And right next to tendering here, we've now got the supplier price update. Now, this is not going to replace your proper tender. You can only do one supplier and one supplier that exists in your database. So it's sort of made for those times where if every 6 months you want to renegotiate all of your pricing for your fruit and vegetables, you can send it out to every potential supplier you think about using. If you negotiate the prices for a week or a month to be locked in during that 6 months, this is what you're going to use to get those prices updated in that time. So, every week the supplier goes in, they update their pricing, you're negotiated to that price for a week, and then you repeat the whole process the next week. So we're going to go for a new. You're going to click to add your supplier. We're going to go with fruit and vegetables. We're going to hit select. And now you're going to choose the items that you want to do. Now, we've also got the stock analysis here. The reason that we have the stock analysis here is that one of the analysis filters is high and low usage in a recipe, as well as high volume stocks. So in this situation where you've got, 900 items, you may want to go through and filter out just the top ones that you are actually going to use, as opposed to negotiating on 900 items. You will find the more items you try and select, the less likely you're actually going to have a supplier go through this process, because obviously, unless you are a $1 billion account to them, there's a certain amount of effort that they're going to put in before they're going to get really annoyed that you keep sending them 900 products to update every single week. So we're just going to select these top few alphabetically as an example. Remember to hit apply to refresh the page here. So it will show you your quantity purchased, what the cost price is, and what your total spend for that is. Now, just like in the tender, if you want to update your letter, it is on the blue template up here. So if you want to create a new template, give it a name, type through, and insert anything that you want. So here, contact name, insert, hi, insert contact name as an example. You can type in here, as discussed, price update required. We do have a sample one for this for you as well that you can base it on. Now, the things that you really need to make sure you're inserting is the expiry date, the tendering session, and obviously the link. Now, this is really ugly, but you get the idea. Save and close when you are happy with it. You can have as many there as you want. We can also export this to Excel if you did want to do some playing around with that. Now, obviously, just like tender, really important that you're going to select an expiry date. So we're going to send it out today. This is going to expire on Monday because that's when the price needs to update. You can also send out a reminder. So as often as you want to remind yourself, and then it will send you an email, making sure that you remember to send this out. You also still have the option to hide the supplier sale volume if you wanted to on the supplier side. Obviously, they are your current supplier, so it's a little pointless because they should obviously know how much you're actually going to send out there. But we've got this here. We're going to pop down. We're going to send them their little blue letter. We'll go with just the standard here. Select who we're going to send it to. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to override that and send it to myself so I can show you guys what it actually looks like on the other end. Now, this is absolutely an option for you as well. If you do want to test something out, because it's new, you're a little concerned about sending it to your supplier. Totally get that. You can select your supplier contact. You can then override into your email so it won't actually send to them. And the email's been sent successfully. Now, bear with me 2 seconds. I will just bring up that email to show you guys what that looks like on the supplier side. Oh, it hasn't wanted to come over. Excuse me 2 seconds. Oh, you just gotta love when computers don't do what you want them to. All right, so unfortunately, guys, that doesn't seem to be wanting to drag across into my screen that I've displayed here. So let me just copy and paste the link. You got the idea from where it was popping up in the display there. It does look obviously exactly like the display would. And then it will give them a link that they'll click on and it will come up like this. So they can go through and adjust their code, their description, their brand name. If there is a unit and quantity change, they can change this here. This will try and convert for you. So if they give you a price on a 1 kilo Apple's baby sour instead of a 10 kilos, when it gets back to your database, it should have converted for you. If something's gone out of season, they have the option to tick that it's not supplied. As they enter in the quoted price, it will show you their what the expected revenue will be as well. So if they say this is going to be $20, it will show you that they expect to make $6.20. With the volume indicator here, they have an average weekly, monthly, and yearly that they can look at. So they can change that there really easily. And then they have the ability to save if they're not quite finished, or submit. Now, once they've hit submit, we go back into our database. And refresh here. We can see it's all in there. Now they're saying that they can't do the Apple's baby sour, and this price has gone up significantly from $5 to $20. Just like the tender, you do then get to see what effect that actually is going to have. So it's going to say that you're going to spend $100, which is a difference of $75 from your current spend, and the totals on that in your total spend, as well as difference from total spend there as well. Because obviously with market price, some things are going to go up, some things are going to go down. You just want the difference overall to be equal to hopefully less or just a slight bit more. Will obviously happen from time to time, which is out of everyone's control. This is something obviously that we're hoping is going to benefit both suppliers and users, but obviously both parties are going to need to be slightly respectful of each other, and knowing that everyone's out to obviously make sure that they stay in business and make at least a small amount of money. So you're never going to make a massive amount of money in food. I'm sure we are all painfully aware of that, whether you're a supplier or you are in hospitality selling the food. So absolutely don't expect everything to constantly go down. It's not a tendering process. They're not buying for your current business. They're just making sure that they're giving you the best possible price depending on what is in season at that current time. And especially if you've locked it in, it means that you know exactly how much you're spending for as long as you've locked in that time frame, as well as obviously they need to make sure that they've covered their costs for the time that you've locked it in. During those season changes, it can get a little tricky there. But if anyone has any questions, as per usual, comment down below, address us on any of our social media, send us an email to support@cookingthebooks, or give us a phone call on 1300 911 282. We're always more than happy to help, whether you're a current user, potential user, or just someone who's a little bit confused about how the whole system's supposed to work. We're always really glad to hear from you. So I will see you guys next week. We're going to be doing a couple of things on how to integrate the API-based point of sale systems, being Revel and Counter. And you guys can do that all yourself, which is pretty exciting stuff. And I'll show you guys how to do it and what that all means for you. But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.